So this is a question for future me, and I hope that one day you'll be able to respond. Um, I want to talk on identity. What does it mean to really be yourself? The same old rhetoric: be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. But then, who really is the self? Because right now, I believe that we're living in a time where we're influenced into shaping up certain aspects for ourselves that, you know, don't really correlate with our spirit, with our souls, with our true sense of self, you know. Um, we easily jump off of trying to be like person A or person B, like celebrity A or celebrity B, and we then end up coming into like this form of dilemma in which in that process of trying to be like that person, yet we only know so much about that person. We only know like the aspects that we like about that person. And sometimes the aspects that we like about that person are not even good aspects to try to like inhibit in ourselves. Um, like I stated last video, I am in the process of changing my identity, changing my persona, if I may say. Um, I, I find myself in this question a lot, a lot lately actually. Is this new persona, this new identity that I'm forming, that I'm cultivating, that I'm nurturing as a child, what is it that can make it stand firm and say that this is now who I am, this is truly who I am, this is who Kani is? Because even prior, I believe that I didn't really have a strong sense of identity. I think maybe that's why I'm building one to find a firm sense of myself. And it's been helping, but the question still lingers. It still comes up in my head a lot, and it makes me question my own self worth a lot of the times. It makes me question my own sanity, and also it also fuels up a sense of anxiety and a sense of dread uh, around my peers. Like I had stated last video, though I didn't state it like articulately or properly, and I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm teaching myself how to read and write, and also like articulate myself properly. So please bear with me. But as I stated in previous video that I was chained up by the perceptions of others, around myself, right? And I saw someone state that you have to you have to fall into a specific identity by yourself and exclaim it to the fullest point that people believe that that's you, so that you can truly be that person, right? So do I really need people to see me in a specific way for me to fully be confident in my identity, or do I have to inhibit the habits and characteristics and traits on a daily basis, day by day, brick by brick, to establish that confidence in this new identity? I do not know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm supposed to be washing the dishes right now, but I just wanted to make this quick video and just ponder on that question, honestly. But yeah, I think I think that we are who we say we are, and then how people then perceive us by who we say we are is what do we do on a daily basis that proves who we say we are. For example, um, if I say that I'm a boxer, right, and I don't train like one. I don't walk like one. I don't think like one. Right? Those are aspects that most people can't see. Right? Those are things that people can't see because when you're training, no one really sees that you're training unless you're posting it every day. But you can fake that. You can easily just lob that. You can just go to the gym for like 1 hour and then you clip it up and then you say you're in the gym for 5 hours. But your own intentions, like you intentionally not doing the things that a boxer does. Because I believe that you don't need to have like obviously it will come up as a resume, but for you to claim to be someone or something, right? You don't need an actual like portfolio of results. What you need is to complete the habits or to perform the characteristics of that on a in an intrinsic level, you know. So if I say that I'm a boxer and I don't run, I don't have the discipline of one. I don't give my time on a daily basis to like devote at least 2 hours into training like one vigorously. I don't give my time to study the art of boxing, but I present myself like one to the audience. The audience being the public, the people. I present myself like one. And people perceive me as a boxer, right? They perceive me as a fighter. Mind you, they don't give a shit that I haven't fought or haven't like done any professional fight or anything like that. But they perceive me like that, and I am just LARPing in a way. I'm just LARPing. I'm just doing a grand gesture performance, like not a true performance, but just a grand gesture performance and an act of surveillance, not an act of will. I don't think that I would have or deserve the right to be acknowledged as one. And I feel like that's where that's when like the imposter syndrome begins to like creep in. Especially when you claim to be something, right? And you don't have the necessary like track record to do it, but people see based on what you show them that you do, but you yourself intrinsically, you don't have that, right? You don't have the track record to make yourself believe that you are that thing. And when that imposter syndrome hits and you're trying to perform that act now, and like now the public is like diving deeper into you, diving deeper, like trying to find out more about it, because that's how human beings are. Look at the way we idolize celebrities. Idolizing celebrities starts off like as, oh, this person is doing this, that's pretty cool. I wonder how often he does it. And to a point, you can only do a grandeur performance to a certain point. At some point the movie has to end. The series has to end. It can't keep on running unless it's truly who you believe you are. And when you start to feel like that that closing of the show of that grand performance, and you begin to feel a sense of like an identity crisis, an imposter syndrome, right? For example, actually, I would often, I used to often like tell people that you know, I'm a sales expert, right? And I presented myself to this company, and I got a deal. Actually, I got an agreement with the company to be their sales representative. Mind you, I have no portfolio. I have nothing. I just went up this with straight up confidence of this grandeur performance, but intrinsically, I really didn't like actualize it myself. I just performed for the audience instead of performing for the inner audience, the the inner people that actually make up myself. And when I got that agreement, and in the moment I was excited, but after like leaving the office, I was now in a panic. I had major anxiety day by day passing by. I'm like, I don't even really know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't really know how the fuck I'm supposed to do this shit. fell into like some form of imposter syndrome now. I was now having issues of performing to the task that which I presented that I could handle. Fortunately, though, you know, I think I'm glad that I did that because it showed that, if I truly, what was honestly left for me to believe that I was that type of person was to just have an intrinsic belief that is built up by like an intrinsic will to perform the habits that are not seen, right? So if I perform, if I act out and do the habits that this identity requires, and I don't do it to perform for the exterior audience, but I do it to like make my brain believe. Because your brain will easily believe anything. Your brain will, you tell yourself constantly on a daily basis that you're a fucking chess master, but you don't train, you don't play chess on a daily basis. That's when the identity crisis will begin because your brain is taking in information that this guy is saying he's a chess master, right? But we're not doing any chess. We're just watching people playing chess. We're just watching reels of people playing chess. We're just watching TikToks of people playing chess. But we don't even know how to fucking play chess. And then now when it's time to play chess, you're panicking. Your brain is telling the self, the actual self that your brain has been nurtured into believing of you are, and the self that you're trying to nurture yourself into believing you are now at a clash. And then you crumble. And then you go outside and you be like, I don't really know myself. The fuck do you mean by be yourself, be yourself, be yourself when you don't know who yourself is? So I'm just happy, but to like make this quick and like close off the video, I believe that for me to be myself, to truly know who I really am, is to truly act and do the things that the person I believe myself does. If I believe that the person I'm trying to be wakes up at 4 a.m. every day, goes for a run, works out, completes all his chores, does everything diligently, and also doesn't complain when he's asked to do a hard task, I do that. I do that. And one thing that I'm noticing now, 13 days in, is that the old self that I'm killing, right, to form this new identity, my brain is so used to that. I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense, but my brain is like trying to like fight off like this change. It's like trying to fight off this change. Like, man, this waking up at 4 a.m. Because waking up at 4 a.m. now, when I have a workout in the morning, it's easy. Now it's just waking up at 4 a.m. when I'm on a rest day. That's difficult now. That's the part I'm trying to change. But I've already established that on a day when I have gym at like 5 a.m., I wake up at 4. I just wake up at 4 and I go. It's exciting. I enjoy it. It's now easy. But now waking up at 4 a.m., knowing that on that day I'm resting, I don't have a workout to do, I have nothing to like wake up for, right? It's not difficult. And I think it's only difficult because waking up at 4 a.m., right, has become easy because it has been established by the proof that I work out, that I'm an athlete, if I may say. Yeah, I'm an athlete. And running and working out has become a source of like dopamine in myself that I enjoy, that my brain has truly registered that this is what we do. So waking up at 4 a.m. for this is good. But then I do not have the discipline to just wake up at 4 a.m. when I have nothing to do. Well, I do have something to do, but I don't have a workout for. But my persona is I'm someone who wakes up on time to get shit done. You get me? Anyway, man. let me get these dishes done before my mom gets back. Uh, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video or whatever.